Welcome to the Chicago Bears Podcast, a presentation of ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports. Here's your host, Pat, the designer.
Lance, we got strays flying around the NFC North. I was not expecting to wake up to this from Cam Jordan. We got the video on that. Let's play that real quick for the pod.
You see a lot, you see a little. If you're so focused on what's next, where's his hand? If it's where does he like to throw these hands? You're so worried about all these other factors, you're slowing yourself down thinking. And in this game, you all like everybody knows a fast wrong decision can be a right decision, and a fast right decision, you're a winner. And a slow right decision, get your ass on the bench. Because there's somebody out here that's going to be moving at a different speed. Slow right decisions, we love them. Call him Kirk Cousins.
Good move, you got blocked.
Slow right decisions, we love them. Call him Kirk Cousins. First off, Lance, did Kirk deserve that stray?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's not out there to lie to anybody. He's calling it as he sees it. You know what I mean? Everybody has their truth. Everybody has their truth, and that's the way we're gonna call it. So I'm not gonna call it Cam Jordan the liar. He's played against him plenty of times. He knows his quarterbacks. He knows how he's gonna approach each one of those games.
Is he speaking facts on that, though? When you talk about quarterback decision making, that's one thing we've talked about a ton with Justin Fields and how he's been able to go through his reads and stuff like that. Is that something that the defense is trying to do, play in and play out, where we're looking for the guys to make the right decision, but maybe at the wrong speed, or forcing them, of course, to make the wrong decision?
Yeah, you gotta get yourself to play the game at a high speed, and the more you think, the more it slows you down, because you're worried, okay, is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? He's going to do this. I tell the youngsters at the high school, play what you see, not what you think might happen. All right. And if whatever you think might happen happens while you're headed to where to what you see headed to the ball, just plant your foot. Right. And sprint there. A lot of what our mistakes can be made up with our effort. So if we're all running to the ball, we can make up for mistakes on the way there.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if from our effort we can get a player down. And I'll give you an example. Our freshmen at Basha High School, they had a sevens tournament about a week ago, and in this tournament, we have one of our corners slips. The receiver catches the ball, but one of our linebackers, he's hustling his tail off, catches up to him, tags him. We have them in the red zone. We end up getting the pick in the red zone.
Right.
But we don't get that pick if it's not for the effort. There was no hesitation. He flew right through it, and the coaching tip on that is, why isn't everybody else running to the ball with the kind of same effort as our middle linebacker?
Yeah.
If we get everybody running to the ball like that, that's when we become dangerous.
When you see,
go ahead.
I was going to say, when you see him say the quick wrong decision could be the one that makes the right play, how often does something like that play out? Because I thought that was, first off, that's a bar. Let's just give him credit on that. That's a bar. But how often do you see something like that where, you break on the ball just off of instinct, not really, going, okay, this is what they normally do in this situation, and that turns into the right play, even though based on how the play is called, that's not where you were supposed to be?
Listen, I don't know if you watched any of the games that I played in my career, but
almost all.
I shot the gap a lot. I shot the gaps a lot, and whether it was instinctual or I got the first movement. I mean, there were times where I was showing 3 gaps away from my responsibility.
Yeah.
And our coach, I see him on the sideline. He's like, You know, it was like, what are you doing? You know, and Brian's at the line like, hey, you got a long way to go. And I'm like, I know, you know, and the snap of the ball, come around the corner, and running back never see me coming, bow, make the play.
Right.
You know, there was a lot of trust that was built on the coaches saying, hey, listen, I want you to freely move around. You know where your gap is. Just do what you do. You know, and I think I got to a point where the trust level, you know, as long as you play fast, you know what your responsibility is, you're going to be all right. You know, you're going to be all right, you know, and sometimes you do make mistakes, but if you're making it at full speed, you know, you fall into stuff. I'm telling you, you make more plays than you don't, and you'll be surprised at what you can do.
What's the favorite Lance the moment that you had in your career? That moment where like your coach is like, "Why'd you do?" Oh, never mind, you just killed that man. All right, we're gonna live with that. What's your favorite one?
Yeah, I was just telling you, I had lined up 3 gaps away. We were playing Green Bay, and we had a stunt coming with our defensive end folding in. So that whole left side, like, that's all my responsibility. And it was to the short field, so it was like the numbers to the sideline, or just inside the numbers or so, maybe 4 yards inside the numbers, and I'm showing in the A gap. Right, I'm showing in the A gap, and you know, Brian's like, "Hey, you know what you have, right?" You know, as they come up to the line, I'm like, "Yeah, I know what I got." You know, and as soon as the ball snapped, you know, I sprint right down the line of scrimmage, and as soon as I turn the corner, I think it's Ryan Clark running the ball. Yeah, I think it's Ryan Clark that's running the ball, and he doesn't even see me. He doesn't see me. I turn the corner. He turns the corner. Hit him. It's a big play. The stadium goes crazy. And that's when we're playing against Green Bay, it's just understanding what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I remember showing in the A gap, knowing that our tackle was going to slant to the A gap, and I was just going to flip around. It might have been the same game. And Aaron Rodgers comes up. He thinks I'm blitzing in that A gap. He calls a play to the B gap. I come around the B gap, strip the running back. Julius Peppers gets the fumble. You know, it's just a huge play.
Yeah.
But those are some of the mind games or the trust and being able to play fast and understanding where your responsibilities are. You get to that level, your coaches they'll let you do what you want to do because they know what you got to do.
How do the coaches perceive that on the sideline, right? When it's like, you know, of course they love the big play, but is there still that, hey, you know, you gotta do your responsibility a little bit though. I know what you see. Of course you build that trust up, but like right in the beginning, how do you build that trust up? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, you have to be consistent. Number one, you have to be consistent in how you play.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that our coaches can say about most of my career, I was the most consistent defensive player for most of my career in Chicago.
Yeah.
That we had. So, you know, it wasn't like, you know, I'm going to go out there and production's going to go down. You know, Lance is going to get, 10 or more tackles this game. You know, he's going to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. You know, and so I think at some point it was we don't want to take away from you being able to be a playmaker. We want you to go out, be a playmaker.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, we started putting in certain, blitzes that I could call. You know, I could to pick a lineman, make a blitz call, and then we could run a game. You know, we had gotten to a really fun level, with the Bears, and it was, even with, and it really kind of started with me and Anthony Adams. But it got to a level that was just a lot of fun on the football field.
It was you and Anthony yet again, man. You, the Juice, and Anthony all together, man. That's a deadly combination right there.
Oh yeah.
Who was the quarterback that you remember that was very much the right decision at the wrong speed guy that y'all loved playing against?
Wait, say that question one more time.
Who was the quarterback, right? Like Cam Jordan basically said that Kirk Cousins he makes the right decision, but he makes it too slow. Who was that guy that y'all loved playing against?
Ooh. Shoot. Any Mike Martz offense, they did a seven-step drop, and instead of running, 10, 11, 12-yard routes, they're running 18, 19, 20-yard routes. And we're like, with no max protection, we're like, we're going to sack these guys all day. That's why Mark Bolger had to retire from the game. It's just,
we had a Mike Martz offense.
I know.
Hey, we got strays all over the place today, man. Hey, listen.
You sure do.
Oh, I love it.
You sure do.
Hey, let's keep this thing moving along. Lance said, any Mike Martz offense. To any quarterback in the Mike Martz offense, Lance is sorry that you had to endure.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man. Hey, I think wasn't it Jay? Didn't Jay say that about Mike too? He said Mike was out there basically just playing Madden sometimes. Like he running a 12-step drop with an 18-yard route, and you're trying to get the ball out.
It's tough. I'm telling you, it was tough, and it was a fight. I know the offensive coaches were fighting the O-line coach. Shoot, I can't remember his name right now, but he was always trying to say, "Hey, listen, we gotta add a blocker. All these routes that take time, and we can't protect against these guys. These guys have a mad pass rush, so we got to get some more protection. We got to give him more time." And it was always a fight that was a losing battle. And Jay Cutler kind of took the brunt of that.
Yeah, poor Jay. Jay got quite a few sacks off of that. It's funny. See, this is the best part, right? Like everybody, as the fan, you're watching it and you're like, man, why is he taking so many steps for this route?
Mm-hmm.
But people will tell you, well, you don't know what's going on in there. You don't know what's going on. It's funny to know, like, right, we're all thinking that, and even everybody in the building is like, hey, why is he taking so many steps? We need him not to be doing this as much.
Right.